Karine Jean-Pierre sees racism everywhere.
Now, the new White House press secretary, Karine Jean-Pierre, has not only repeatedly claimed elections are fixed whenever the Democrats lose them, but she seems to have a habit of characterising, well, everything as racist. Have a look.
Donald Trump was a white supremacist in 2011 when he decided to be the grand wizard of the birther movement. Birtherism, which is inherently racist. They want to put up these awful voter registration, voter suppression laws, which is racism, to make it difficult for people of color to vote. Voter suppression is racism. That's exactly what it is. Xenophobia and racism has always played a role in outbreaks. If you look at SARS, if you look at Ebola, if you look at yellow fever or Spanish flu.
James, I could play you several more minutes of her just labelling everything racist, from pandemics to, you know, obviously anybody who voted for Trump is a white supremacist. I mean, really, are we going to get more unity with someone like that as press secretary?
Well, you know what I feel like? I feel like, you know, it's almost as if our own New South Wales Treasurer Matt Keane was sent over to Washington to do the job because, you know, she's saying exactly the same thing as he is, which is if you're not, you know, on the hard left with us, then you're some sort of horrible racist. Of course, so many of the things, you could pick apart every single one of those things that she said there. But what I want to hop on, there was one moment where she had a little Freudian slip and she said, these voter registration, suppression laws. You know, saying that it's the quiet part loud, that it's actually about registering voters. And black and Hispanics voted more for Trump. They came in more for Trump than they have for Republicans in decades. So if that's suppression, you know, then that lady there is in the Ku Klux Klan.
Well, and Coach, it's such I think it's actually an offensive thing to suggest that people from ethnic minority groups, whether they're black or Hispanic, don't know how to get IDs and don't know how to register and don't have access to identification. I mean, that is truly, it's not even the bigotry of low expectations. It's just straight out racism in my book.
Yeah, you know, look, she assumed office, I think, a couple of days ago on Friday, and the media and the Biden administration is heralding her as this very historic appointment, the first black, openly LGBTQ person to take over this office. So she really has an opportunity to be unifying, as you said at the top over here. But, you know, the problem she's going to run into is if everything is racist, nothing is racist. And that's kind of the problem if you just call everything that. She's been called into question a little bit where she was a CNN reporter or a commentator, and she's in a relationship with one of the anchors over there, and a lot of her public statements sort of can be put in that way. So she's going to have to overcome that. But I hope she rises to the occasion of what her appointment means and gets above that. But we'll see.
Well, Jen Psaki wasn't exactly setting the world on fire. So let's see how this new press secretary goes.